Okie dokie, Smokey. Finally, Kyle Carvin has convinced me to do a video episode. And I know you're listening to this right now, but it is also available if you go to my YouTube channel. Just go to YouTube and look for at Afraid of Nothing podcast, and you will find us in all our humanity in video. So whatever your preference is, to listen to us or to see us, now you have both options, at least for this episode and for a few others coming up. This one is just a conversation with my buddy Kyle, just catching up with him as we get ready for the new year.
Darkness closes, no fear. Ghosts and shadows, they draw near. No retreat, just bring the fight. Hosts Bob and Kyle, conquer your fright. Afraid of nothing, that's the shout. Paranormal, no doubt. Life and death will break it down in this rebel podcast town.
Hello, podcast listeners. Yeah, this is us, actually, Kyle Carvin and myself. For the first time in 5 years, you get to see us on camera. Kyle has finally convinced me to do video, which you've been trying to do for like 2 years now, right, Kyle?
For a while, yeah. I think this is like the way to go.
Yeah. So anyways, a lot's been going on this past year. Kyle, you've had an eventful year this past year. We thought this would be an episode, our very first video one, where I kind of reintroduced the audience to you, what you've been up to. You've been a great friend and partner to me over the past 5 years, and you have quite the interesting life and things that you do. So want to tell us what's been going on the past year?
Yeah, it has been an incredible, crazy year. It's been like a crazy year and a half, actually. On a personal note, I had a son.
Congratulations.
15 months, which is something I never thought would happen. Talk about something paranormal in my life. This is like completely unexpected and strange, because never thought that was going to happen. So that's been, life altering in more ways than I would have imagined, certainly. On a professional note, a couple different things in the horror movie world. We had Popeye the Slayer Man came out earlier this year in March. It's been performing really well. Some people, some Popeye purists, some Popeye lovers seem to go the other way, and they kind of hate it. Because there's actually 3 Popeye films, horror films that came out, so they just hate the idea that their beloved, childhood hero has been turned into
No one complains about Winnie the Pooh being a hatchet person, but the Popeye they got all mad at when he has some bad spinach. Go figure, right?
And Popeye, it makes sense. He's like already he's a brutal guy in the comics.
Oh yeah,
or he lends himself to the violence of a horror film. But so that's been going well. I have a YouTube channel that's been growing.
Tell us what that is. What is a YouTube channel where they can check it out?
I have that one in directly it's based on my primary source of income. Basically, it's about reselling online on eBay.
Mm-hmm.
So I go out to thrift stores, garage sales, estate sales, that kind of thing. I buy liquidation pallets. It's just it's more of just sharing how the process looks like, what I do, how to succeed, type of thing. And that's been growing. It's been monetized and it's making money. So that's a pretty cool thing. I wasn't sure how that would pan out. But I also have the YouTube channel for all the horror films, and that's Salem House Films.
What's your other one? What's your one for the selling and reselling? What's the name of that show?
Oh yeah, I probably should have said the name, right? It's Thrift. It's called Thrift Boss. That channel is just called Thrift Boss, and and then the horror channel is Salem House Films. And I have a personal one, which I make like short documentaries of interesting places.
Mm-hmm.
And that one's something I want to focus more on in the coming year. So
let's talk about Popeye the Slayer Man 2. It seems like there's going to be a sequel. It's done so well, and you want to just get more people mad at you, I guess, in this follow-up, right? Or
pretty much. Yeah, just keep making people mad. We're looking to film in April. We were actually going to try to squeeze it in at the end of this year because of the timing, the time that it takes to make these things, and then the post production, and we didn't want to wait and we kind of wanted to capitalize on how, the popularity of it coming out. But just it was too rushed, so we pushed it till April of 2026, and maybe we can get it out by the end of next year. But even that might be pushing it. But yeah, we're looking to do an April shoot for Popeye the Slayer Man Part 2.
And are you looking at having some of your well-known actor friends that we've had on the podcast maybe be in that, or you're still figuring that out?
It'd be really cool. Sarah, who was on the podcast at least once. I don't know if she made it.
Sarah Nicklin, yeah.
She is, in the first film, it was kind of up in the air. Some folks thought her character died, but it was kind of left open-ended. So shocker, she's not dead. She has a larger part in the second movie.
Oh, great.
Some of the cast is returning, and yeah, it'd be great to get some of the friends that we've had on the podcast in the film as well.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. So let's talk about the podcast. We've done a lot of episodes of all the different creatures and cryptids and aliens. Which of those freak you out the most?
Yeah. I'd probably be freaked out with any of them in person, like conceptually. I think probably some sort of demonic being, just because it seems so otherworldly and based in spiritual world. It seems like, I don't know, if I saw like a Bigfoot or like, I don't know, like an actual alien or a Jersey Devil, like I feel like I would be terrified in the moment, but it feels more tangible and it can be real. It's like, it feels like it could bleed. I could probably still escape maybe, but spiritual realm just seems like, what do I do? Like, what do I do if a demon attacks me and it can just like evaporate and go inside my body or something? I don't know. Yeah, seems like demonic spirits.
Yeah, those are my favorite, the demonic possession. Not that I would ever want that to happen, but those are the movies that I'm always interested in. You're doing a zombie movie. That's always my least favorite, but I think I'll probably like it once we have. You have a zombie movie that was done like 10 years ago. We're going to get him on pretty soon in one of our next episodes, right? You want to give us a little teaser about that, or?
Yeah, it's funny because we shot that back in like, I don't know, 2009-ish or so, and it took so long, just the process of this film getting out. It just came out in 2025. And it's called, we originally had another title, which I can't recall, but it's now called Mirror Life. It's a modern zombie flick. And it's a really cool spin on the zombie genre. There's a lot of great comments already online and reviews stating as such that it's a unique spin on the story. And it's just this modern life that they changed the title to. If you Google that term, mirror life is what I meant to say. Mirror life. It's like this new term within the scientific community, and it's interesting to read about. It just coincides with the releasing of this film that kind of capitalized on everything going on in the scientific community about what mirror life is in the scientific world.
How come it kind of came to fruition now? What was the perfect storm that made it, something that would be put out into the world, over 10 years, 16 years later? Oh my God.
Well, it's more of like the business end of things that kind of kept it from being released. It was originally bought by like or distributed by a smaller company, and it didn't really find much success or much wide distribution. But because of contracts and such, it was trying to get the rights back. And then basically they wanted to cut a brand new film. They kind of started over from scratch. So they actually shot new storyline. They wrote new storyline to kind of reinvigorate and get the story more matching to the story they had originally had, and then wanted to re-envision it, if you will. So they went out and they had to get some more money and go shoot the new stuff and integrate it with what's already been shot. And like one of the cool things from watching it, I went to see like the new premiere back in October, and you would never know that it was shot 15 years ago, and the stuff that was shot 2 years ago, it plays seamlessly.
Wow,
so it is an excellent job of going back and being able to write stuff that matched the old footage and just to shoot. I mean, they must have spent a decent amount of money because they in the original film they had like they had to hire, what was it? Not like a Humvee, like a military Humvee, to come with military guys, and they recreated that scene. So that was a massive undertaking just to see that scene, and it felt like it was the same. It felt like it was shot at the same time, but it wasn't. It was 15 years apart. So really, really great film. And I was actually, after the film, I thought it was certainly one of the best indie films that I've seen in a long time, but certainly one of the better films that I've been a part of. So
Yeah.
really cool.
What role do you play? Are you a good guy, bad guy, a dead guy? What happened?
I guess it's I mean, I play a scientist who's one of the film is basically about you know, I'm not spoiling anything. This is in the trailer. It's about basically this scientific team who's looking for a cure to a cure all to all disease, basically. So they go to human trials and things go awry. So I'm I'm on the scientific team that's developing this basically like vaccine that goes awry. So, you know, it's debatable whether I'm a good guy or bad guy in that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Usually you're a cop or like a bodyguard or a military guy or a hand model. So this is good. You got something a little bit cerebral for you, right? In
Yeah,
this one.
absolutely. It's a nice break from the norm for sure.
Yeah. All right. Let's circle back to the Afraid of Nothing podcast. So, of all the guests we've had, was there one that you were skeptical about listening at the beginning, but then they won you over at the end?
You know, I honestly, I try to go in with skepticism for everyone, not for personal reasons or like any kind of vendetta, but it's just for a personal approach. I try to be skeptical of all people's stories because, you know, as all the guests know, there are a lot of folks that unfortunately do give the whole paranormal science and study and research, you know, lose credibility pretty quickly. It's such like considered a pseudoscience for so long. And so there's been just a lot of pushback about stuff that we don't understand. And the paranormal realm and the research of it has been in that realm of pseudoscience. Like, how do we prove stuff when we don't know how to prove it or we don't understand it in the first place? So, you know, going into, I tried to go in with both an open mind, but there's definitely skepticism of everyone. That said, everyone that I've listened to, everyone that I've shared with you listening to has certainly changed my mind by the end of the episode. And, you know, one in particular that sticks out, I forget the gentleman's last name, Rob. Very recent.
Rich Fraconia? Rich.
Yeah, Rich.
Yeah, Rich. Yeah, I met him at Lilydale. Yeah.
Wrong name. And he was interesting on a personal note because his process, you know, he had mentioned that he's a self-learner
Yeah.
for his abilities and kind of what drove him to have such a drastic change in his life. He had mentioned he kind of felt unfulfilled in a way. You know, I'll paraphrase. So if he listens to this, forgive me if I get this wrong, Rich. But kind of the change of paths in his life. And I've been interested, you know, we've talked multiple times on the podcast and off about, you know, I admire, you really hopped right into, you know, you made your documentary, Afraid of Nothing, and the podcast, and you really went full bore into this and to try and discover like your interest. And that's something that I've always wanted to do, but there's been some adversity and I don't know what it is or some hesitation. And, you know, listening to Rich speak, he kind of made that jump and he did it on his own accord and things just happen. And that's something that I'm fine. I want to talk to him about that. Like what was really able to push him, or like what guided him, what kind of decisions really, you know, you and him both, like, how did you really make that commitment? Because I'm having a tough time walking away from, you know, a lot of the stuff that I spend my time on now.
Mm-hmm.
Always pulled by everything paranormal, but just having a tough time figuring out what that might look like.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.
This is an Afraid of Nothing paranormal podcast alert.
$10 merch. $10 merch.
That's right, podcast fans. If you go to our website, afraidofnothingpodcast.com, and click on the store tab, you too can find now $10 merch on the website. So not only can you get the great stuff like the hoodies and the t-shirts and the blankets and the glasses, you can also get stickers and bumper stickers and, well, a whole lot more. You need to see it yourself. But just remember this.
$10 merch
is now available at the Afraid of Nothing podcast store. Check it out. And remember, never be afraid to look good.
Yeah, and his marriage worked out bad. He was married, and then it was kind of a little rough, I think. I don't think you'd mind me saying. And then once he got out of being a police officer and out of that and into being the paranormal, stronger than ever, his relationship, which makes sense because there's so much stress and negative vibes, in the other career, even though it's very much needed. So yeah, he was a great guest. If you should go to Lilydale, if he's there next summer, I think he might go back again. I can contact him. We're good to kind of meet out there.
Yeah,
but yeah.
Because that's what he mentioned. He one of the things he said is that he always felt like he wasn't, I forget the word, like in alignment with his life before, and he feels so much more aligned with like a purpose and what he's doing now. So
yeah, and he's a guy you think would have had everything, kind of like you. He's a good-looking guy. He was a martial artist. He was very masculine. He's a police officer. He's done all this stuff, successful at all of it. But it wasn't until he found the spiritual side that he really felt whole. And I think you kind of deal with that a little bit too, I guess, right?
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah, well, you're getting there. Our friend Ruthie Larkin says you're on the path. So this is, having a son might get you go there quicker than you think, Kyle. You never know, right?
I think that's why one of life's mysteries, the universal experience in this lesson that I'm currently learning. Yeah.
Yeah, I have two daughters, and one has started college this year, and the other one's going to be there in 2 years. Yeah, so it's I'm on the other end, but I'm older than you anyways. Now they can seeing me on video, but yeah, it's great. You're gonna when you're a dad at first, it seems like every day could be long or whatever, but then it goes by wicked quick, and then Facebook reminds you of all these great times in the past, So enjoy it. It's gonna speed up pretty quick. So congratulations again, Kyle. If you had a 1 hour, no holds barred chance to have conversation with someone to talk about the occult, living or dead, who would that be? Who would you talk to?
I think it'd be interesting to talk with Ed and Lorraine Warren. They're somewhat controversial, but they've experienced so much, regardless of what other folks may believe. It's just they've been through so much, decades of experience of seeing things. I would be interested in talking to like Alistair. I don't know what I'd say, but Alistair Crowley.
Yeah. He'd probably give you the creeps. He's kind of an interesting, guy.
He might, but I'd just like to listen to him in person and kind of just if he stood on the stage and just kind of talked. Spiritually, I'd also, not quite the same, but I'd like to be in a room with Jesus.
Yeah.
That would certainly be interesting as well. Yeah.
It's called Afraid of Nothing, the podcast. Is there anything that you're afraid of in life? Is it death? Is it the uncertainty? Is it switching careers? What in life gives you some fear?
Yeah, it's kind of like what I was slightly saying is kind of making the wrong decisions. Knowing that, spiritually, I know that we go on and, this is just our human part of our life, but there's so much more, an eternity, if you will. But, while I'm here, I want to maximize certainly my alignment, kind of use that word again, my alignment with this spiritual pursuit that I'm unsure of what it is. I've been doing acting, for example, for like 20 years, but I've never loved it, but it was just something different. It was something that I, over time, got better at, and the work came easier. And for the amount, this sounds a little funny, but the ratio of the amount of work I had to put into it for, the money and what that would come in was such in my favor that it's hard to walk away, even though I don't love doing it. So it's still something I'm struggling with. And
Kyle, that's what it is like being in corporate life, like my day job, you know? It's this exact same thing. It's like, don't love it, gotta do it, because I got one kid in college, another one, and it's just gotta do it, and that's why I do the podcast outside of it, But yeah, I totally get that.
yeah, just like I want to figure out, because I'm a very happy person. Like I
Yeah.
love my life. I'm truly amazed with the magic in this world, and I'm always reminded of that. It's just I feel that there's something missing, and it has to be. It is again. It's that alignment, and I'm not quite. It's just like a different frequency that I'm trying to find, and worried about running out of time, I guess.
You don't project that, because I know people from the guests we have. Everybody likes you. You're the actor, that everyone likes. I'm not just blowing smoke. I just
like you, Bob.
yeah, I think you're probably more likable. But yeah, you're just everyone likes you, and so you don't project that negative energy. But it's funny. It might be internal that you deal with, that I think we all deal with. But yeah, I mean, there's more episodes to come, and hopefully we can do some more. I want to ask you, of all the haunted houses, because you've had some guests that you brought onto the, this a haunting, a Savannah haunting.
Yeah,
What's the one? Is there one or two places you'd really like to go and bring a camera and just shoot something like a short documentary, or maybe even a longer one?
Yeah, I think I would really like to go to where the hatchet. Why can't I think of it all of a sudden?
Oh, the Axe House. Yeah, the Axe is in Kansas or whatever. Yeah.
I want to go there. I want to go to.
Oh, do you mean the one in you mean Fall River? Do you mean the Lizzie
River.
Borden?
Yeah.
Okay, Lizzie Borden, because another one too in okay.
Yeah. Lizzie Borden house.
You haven't been there?
No, I've never been there.
Oh, dude. Okay, it's this summer, man. We got to go there. Okay. Oh, yeah. All right.
I definitely want to go there. And I still, definitely that Mark, who we had on the show, Mark McCullough, who still lives in the haunted house that he grew up in. And he had a really awesome story about not only his house, but his surrounding property that seems to carry some sort of spirit activity. So I'd love to check that out as well. Yeah. Lots
Yeah.
of places.
I know there's another one I'm going to be talking to Rob Guttrow, Rob Guttrow, the pet psychic. And there's another person that we did. I forget the name of the place, Linville Manor. I think you were on that one.
Like in Maryland?
Yeah. So I'm going to have them back on. Hopefully you're available for that. And I think they want us to go out there at some point, So if you're up for it,
Absolutely. That's great.
I should also say, Kyle, like I'm the podcast is, at least the YouTube version of it is on the Signal Network on YouTube. So I put some episodes, and like today's the 30th of November. The documentary is going to be playing on that tonight. So at some point, if we do any investigations, I might drag you along with me to be on camera and to do some.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I would love that. I'd love to get you out there. That'd be great.
Yeah.
So yeah, my friend, thank you. It's been 5 years. I mean, how we connected was Ruthie Larkin told me about you. You came down. We were together like one day on filming the documentary. And then when I started doing the podcast, you just reached out and you said, hey, one of the more positive early things I got was from you saying, I really like what you're doing. If I can help in any way, promote it or whatever. I said, well, why don't you be a co-host sometimes? That would be great. And we've done that. And I know you're like super busy, but I appreciate the friendship we have from that and the time we do, because you bring a really nice perspective to it. And I look forward to more with you, Kyle. And I couldn't find a better guest for the first video version of the Afraid of Nothing podcast than you.
Well, thank you. Feeling's certainly mutual, Bob. I love the podcast. I love what you've done. I love your passion about it. I think you're a perfect host. And I think so many folks have expressed that to you, that you're a really great host, even to the point where some of these people have done hundreds or maybe even more podcasts. And they have mentioned and commented how they've really loved podcasts with you and how comfortable you make them feel, really. So that's awesome that you're able to do that.
Well, appreciate that. You're a good yin to my yang. I think we make a good team, and I look forward to more. So thank you for taking some time out today to do this, and look forward to doing some more in the near future.
Absolutely. And quick thing, I'm wearing my Afraid of Nothing.
Oh yes, I love that. Great. That looks awesome.
Like it really is. It's awesome. This is my. I actually wear this because it's warm in the weather. But I like, no lie, sincerely, I get so many comments on the design of this shirt. Like people.
Wow.
So
hey, it's available in the store, so I'll have to put something in the show notes on this. So did you get the sweatshirt, not the hoodie, or what? Or did you get the?
Yeah, I got the sweatshirt. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah, it's good stuff, man. Believe it or not, I have one of the old ones. I don't have a new one, but now you've just convinced me to go out and get one. So that's great. All right. Cool, my friend. I appreciate your time. God bless you and your family, and look forward to talking more in the future.
Thanks so much, Bob. Appreciate it. I'll see you.
Afraid of nothing, that's the shout. Paranormal, no doubt. Life and death will break it down in this rebel podcast town. Tune in, you rebels, catch the vibe. Afraid of nothing, listeners join the tribe.
Hey, you're still here? Great. Then why not listen to another episode? Visit AfraidOfNothingPodcast.com to peruse all the shows. That's AfraidOfNothingPodcast.com. And while you're there, click the coffee cup icon to buy me a coffee and leave a review. I'll give you a shout out in an upcoming episode. And the world will know how swell you are.